Welcome to our Secrets of the Signs series. Today, we begin to explore the nuances that make up the personality of each zodiac sign, and we will do so in a unique order, revealing mysteries in unexpected ways. Do you think you know Taurus? Get ready to discover secrets that go beyond stubbornness and a love of comfort. Often reduced to these few traits, Taurus natives hold a surprising depth and complexity. Taurus is an earth sign, firmly connected to material and sensory reality, represented by the bull, a symbol of strength, patience, and unwavering determination. However, the image of the bull also evokes a latent serenity, a powerful calm before action. These qualities manifest in Taurians as a generally gentle nature, a practical intelligence, and a refined appreciation for beauty and pleasure. They are known for their search for stability and security, fundamental elements for their well-being. This search is not limited to material goods, but extends to the need for solidity in all areas of life, from relationships to career. They value consistency and reliability, both in themselves and in the people around them. Elegance and sophistication are striking traits. They appreciate quality, comfort, and the finer things in life, but not in a superficial way. There is a deep appreciation for details, art, cuisine, and everything that stimulates the senses in a pleasurable and harmonious way. This aesthetic sensibility is an integral part of who they are, influencing their choices and their way of living. To connect with this energy, I invite you to a simple but powerful exercise. Repeat after me, or think with intention, I connect with the strength and beauty of Taurus. Feel that phrase resonate. And to attract the admirable qualities of Taurus into your own life, comment on this mantra below. Your words have power. Stay with us as we unravel the first secrets of these captivating beings, starting with an inner need that few realize. Continuing our discovery of the Taurine facets, the first secret we reveal may seem contradictory to those who only see the surface. Despite demonstrating a calm and centered appearance most of the time, on the inside, Taurians crave peace and mental stillness. This search for serenity is not a luxury, but a fundamental need to organize your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Imagine a Taurus in a chaotic environment. The search for order and tranquility is not just a whim, but a necessity to maintain internal balance. A Taurus's mind can be incredibly active, processing information and planning each step carefully. To do this effectively, they need a quiet mental space. Without this inner peace, the capacity for clear reasoning diminishes, and the patience for which they are mistakenly known to have too much can quickly run out. The lack of inner peace is actually a trigger that can expose the lesser-known and more challenging side of Taurus. When they feel overwhelmed, upset, or unable to find the necessary calm, they can become cranky, anxious, and yes, even more inflexible than usual. Stubbornness, in this state, works as a defense against the disorder they feel internally. They fixate on their positions like an anchor in the midst of the emotional storm. For a Taurus, finding moments of tranquility, whether in nature, in a familiar and comfortable environment, or through routines that provide security, is vital. This lull allows them to recharge, process emotions, and plan with the clarity that is so characteristic of them. It is in serenity that the Taurus mind operates at its maximum power, capable of focusing and persisting in its goals. Understanding this intrinsic need for peace is the first step in understanding the true nature of these individuals. And this search for internal stability is directly reflected in its external ambitions. From the solid foundation of inner peace they seek, one of the most admirable qualities of Taurus emerges: their remarkable independence and an entrepreneurial spirit focused on success. Far from being lazy or merely hedonistic, as some stereotypes suggest, Taurus natives possess immense willpower when it comes to achieving their goals, especially in the professional and financial field. Stability is the key word, and for them, financial security is an essential pillar of that stability. They develop a keen eye for the business world and to identify market trends. They are not to act on impulse. Every step is calculated, every investment is thought out. They possess a strategic patience that allows them to wait for the right moment to act, ensuring that their efforts produce lasting and profitable results. This independence manifests itself in the preference for building something of their own or for having autonomy in their careers. The idea of depending entirely on others does not appeal to them. They rely on their own ability to work hard and their persistence to build the life they want. They are the types who plant a seed and care for it with dedication until it becomes a robust tree, bearing fruit for many years. Think of successful figures who demonstrate this combination of determination and vision. A well-known media mogul, born under this sign, has built an entertainment and information empire with remarkable persistence and a keen eye for opportunity, transforming a small business into a global giant through tireless work and a long-term vision. This is Taurus energy in action, building empires with patience and practical intelligence. This ability to focus on long-term goals, combined with their grounded nature, makes them reliable and often sought-after individuals for their realistic perspective, which brings us to our next point. Building on the foundation of their determination and practical vision, Taurians excel in another crucial area. They are excellent advisors. They have a keen sense of the reality of life, a kind of earthly wisdom that allows them to see situations clearly and objectively. Therefore, they are often sought out by friends, family, and even co-workers who are looking for a second opinion, especially on sensitive or risky matters. Don't expect advice from a Taurus based on fantasies or unrealistic optimism. Like compasses in a sea of uncertainty, they point to the safest and most viable direction, the one that has the greatest chance of leading to long-term stability and success. They value logic, practicality, and careful evaluation of the pros and cons. Their aversion to unnecessary risks translates into a cautious and considered approach, ideal for those who need to make important decisions. Whether it's discussing a complicated personal dilemma, analyzing a business opportunity, or simply planning for the future, the Taurus perspective is always grounded and reliable. They consider all relevant angles, assess the soundness of the situation, and offer a route to security and prosperity. This quality makes them pillars of common sense in their social and professional circles, and demonstrates that Taurus patience is also manifested in their dedication to helping others find their safe path. This search for solidity, however, is not limited to giving advice. It also defines who they choose to have around. The same need for solidity and reliability that makes Tauruses great advisors also shapes their relationship choices. When it comes to friendships and love bonds, they are strongly attracted to people who convey confidence, who are stable in their behavior, and who possess a good sense of humor. These qualities are essential for the feeling of security and well-being that they value so much in their connections. They are not attracted to volatile people or those who create unnecessary drama. They prefer the company of genuine individuals who they can fully trust and who offer mutual support. For a Taurus, a friend who is there to offer a shoulder and honest advice is infinitely more valuable than someone who is only looking for fleeting fun. Loyalty is a non-negotiable pillar. This preference for depth and solidity in bonds reflects its very nature. They invest time and energy in their relationships, and they expect reciprocity in that dedication. Trust is, in fact, the foundation. Once broken, it is extremely difficult for a Taurus to rebuild that foundation. They value consistency in the behavior of others, as this directly contributes to the sense of security they seek. People who bring chaos or excessive unpredictability tend to push them away. They seek partners and friends who complement their search for a peaceful, prosperous, and harmonious life, someone with whom they can build a secure future and enjoy the simple pleasures of life with lightness. However, despite this search for tranquility, there are situations that test Taurus patience to the limit. Although Taurus cultivate patience in building their projects and the solidity of their relationships, there is a specific area where this virtue is quickly exhausted. Useless waiting. Yes, one of the less obvious secrets is their deep intolerance for delays, long queues, and any situation that forces them to waste time unproductively. For them, it's not just an inconvenience, it is a significant disruption. The Taurus mind is often engaged, processing information and planning. Being forced to wait, without a clear purpose or efficiency in managing other people's time, interrupts this flow and causes frustration. Taurus in queues are really a spectacle apart. It's a genuine test of your apparent calmness. If you have a commitment to a Taurus, the tip is clear. Be on time. Otherwise, prepare to face their displeasure, which may come in the form of comments about the slowness of the situation or the inefficiency of the process. This aversion to wasting time runs deep and connects to your need for control and predictability. When something doesn't follow the schedule or seems disorganized, the sense of order they value so much is shaken. Unplanned delays can generate a range of negative feelings, from mild irritation to considerable anxiety. Punctuality and efficiency are seen by them as demonstrations of respect for time, for structure, and for the commitment made. Maintaining harmony with a Taurus often comes down to respecting schedules and avoiding unnecessary waste of time. This characteristic, which contrasts with the image of slowness associated with the sign, reveals the mental agility and appreciation of productivity that they really have. However, despite this impatience with situations, their reaction to people is quite different. Despite the aversion to wasting time on waits and bureaucracies, when it comes to personal interactions and direct conflicts, the Taurus attitude changes drastically. They possess a strong inclination to stay away from unnecessary quarrels and arguments. They prefer calm, diplomacy, and avoid confrontation whenever possible, as they value tranquility and stability in their relationships. They are not given to initiating hostilities or seeking misunderstandings. However, this peaceful nature should not be confused with weakness or passivity. There is a limit, a line that, if crossed, awakens a dormant force. Taurus is like a calm bull in the pasture, peaceful and thoughtful, but if provoked, get ready for the onslaught. When they feel attacked, betrayed, or wronged, the reaction is strong and often unexpected for those who know them only for their serenity. This answer is not thoughtless. It comes from a place of self-protection and defense of their values and those they love. The reaction may come in the form of cutting words, firm and unwavering opposition, or a definitive withdrawal. And because they have a keen memory and a particular sense of justice, they can return the provocation with an intensity that may seem disproportionate. The idea of giving back in kind, or even a little more, can apply here. It is not a matter of petty revenge, but of a visceral response to the breakdown of peace and trust. A Taurus's anger is rare, but when it manifests, it is powerful and makes it clear that the patience they show on a daily basis does not mean that they will tolerate disrespect or aggression. Provoking the fury of a Taurus is a high risk, and the best way is always to treat them with the respect and honesty they appreciate, as they themselves place a high value on clear communication. Following the line of their appreciation for authenticity and a solid foundation in relationships, a crucial aspect of the Taurus personality is their preference for direct and honest communication. For them, beating around the bush, half words or indirect words are unnecessary and often annoying. They appreciate practicality in all areas of life, and this extends to the way people express themselves. They value individuals who get straight to the point, who communicate their intentions and feelings clearly and openly. They don't have time for games or manipulations. Honesty is seen as a sign of respect and trustworthiness, qualities that are key to gaining the trust and affection of a Taurus. They would rather hear an uncomfortable truth spoken truthfully than be deceived with beautiful words. If you want to establish a genuine connection with a Taurus, be direct and sincere. They value authenticity above all else. This does not mean being rude, but transparent and consistent between what is said and what is done. A clear conversation, where ideas and feelings are expressed unambiguously, creates fertile ground for building a solid relationship, whether friendship or love. This preference for clarity reflects its very pragmatic nature. They think in a structured and logical way and expect communication to follow a similar pattern. Valuing honesty and openness is a pillar for building the security and stability they seek in all aspects of life. This need for clarity, combined with your strong inner conviction, leads us to address a very well-known Taurus trait. After talking about his preference for direct and honest communication, we come to a characteristic that, although often seen as a challenge, is actually a manifestation of Taurus' strength and conviction: stubbornness. Yes, Tauruses are known to be extremely stubborn, and there's a reason for that. When they form an opinion or decide on a course of action, based on their careful and practical assessment, it is incredibly difficult to change their minds. They defend their views and decisions with unwavering resolve, especially when they feel they are correct or that something is important to their safety and stability. Arguments based on emotion or fantasies rarely convince them. They need facts, logic, and tangible evidence to reconsider. This steadfastness can be frustrating for those trying to persuade them, but it's this same quality that allows them to persist in long-term goals where others would give up. Think about how this stubbornness, often seen as a defect, can be a great strength. It was this same persistence that allowed a famous bullfighting lawyer to defend his client in a case considered impossible, fighting against all odds until he achieved victory. This is stubbornness in its most productive form. The iron determination not to give up on something that one believes is fair or essential. However, it is interesting to note that this rigidity tends to be more prominent in matters of principle, work, or finance. In personal life and relationships, to maintain the harmony and peace they value so much, Taurus can demonstrate surprising flexibility, finding ways to give in on less crucial points to preserve the stability of the bond. This ability to adapt its firmness reveals the complexity behind the apparent rigidity. And this search for harmony in relationships leads us to another fundamental secret about Taurus. Exploring the tenderer facet of Taurus, we discover that behind the determination and the search for material security lies an immense capacity for loyalty and unconditional love for those who earn their special place in their hearts. Whether it's deep friendship or love relationships, they invest heavily in these bonds, considering them an essential part of their emotional security foundation. For people they love or feel a true friendship with, Taurus is willing to move mountains. They will do everything possible, and often the impossible, to support, protect, and see these people happy. This desire to care and provide is not just a duty, it is a genuine expression of affection. Their satisfaction often comes from knowing that they have been able to make a difference in the life of someone they value by offering practical help, a listening ear, or simply their steadfast presence. Think about it. A Taurus will go to great lengths to help a friend in need, even if it means sacrificing their own comfort or time. This dedication is a silent testament to how much they value connection. It is common to see them supporting a friend during a difficult time, assisting in an important project, or celebrating achievements with sincere joy, as shown by images of moments of help and celebration among friends and family, conveying human warmth and complicity. This loyalty is not given lightly. It is built on the trust and consistency they seek in all their relationships. Once established, however, it is a strong foundation that rarely shakes. Anyone who has a Taurus as a friend or partner knows that they have a firm and constant ally, someone who will be present in good times and especially in bad times. This ability to love and be loyal is intrinsically linked to your fundamental search for a specific kind of security in your own life. Continuing the understanding of what moves a Taurus, we discover that the search for security and stability is not just a desire, but an existential need. It permeates all areas of their lives, from career choices and finances to organizing the home and maintaining reliable relationships. For them, the ideal life is one that offers a robust sense of order, predictability, and a firm foundation on which to build the future. This need translates into an aversion to abrupt changes and unplanned situations. Excessive surprises, even if potentially good, can be destabilizing, as they disrupt their sense of control and the carefully established routine that provides them with comfort. They thrive in environments where there is structure and where they can plan their steps in advance, minimizing risk and uncertainty. The life of a Taurus can be compared to a meticulously cultivated garden, where each plant has its place and defined purpose, and the gardener takes care that everything grows in a healthy and organized way. They find beauty in order and consistency. This search for a safe and welcoming environment is reflected in the appreciation for their personal spaces, the home, the office, places that represent their refuge, and the materialization of their search for firmament. Images of tidy, comfortable, and inviting homes capture this sense of security and the value they place on a stable and peaceful home. Understanding this intrinsic need for stability is key to getting along well with a Taurus. Respecting their routine, offering consistency, and demonstrating reliability contributes immensely to their well-being. This search for a solid foundation in life, both internal and external, culminates in the way they relate to each other and how someone can truly win your heart. We have come to the end of our exploration into the secrets that make up Taurus's fascinating personality. We remind you that behind the common image of stubbornness and love of comfort, there are individuals who yearn for inner peace, are prosperity-focused entrepreneurs, offer practical advice, seek relationships based on trust, hate to waste time, react forcefully when attacked, value direct sincerity, possess a firm resolve in their convictions, demonstrate unwavering loyalty, and live to build a life of security and stability. If you are attracted to these qualities, or if you want to establish a deeper connection with a Taurus, here are some fundamental tips, especially in the field of flirting and relationships. Forget superficial approaches or emotional games. They appreciate authenticity and depth. To conquer a Taurus, subtle flirting and sophisticated romanticism are your best allies. Show genuine interest in their lives. Show that you value consistency and reliability. Invite him to quiet experiences, such as a nice dinner in a cozy place, a walk in nature, or a moment of relaxation together. Present an intellectual or practical challenge that stimulates your pragmatic mind, but without imposing excessive pressure. Gestures of sincere affection and attitudes that reinforce the security and comfort of the bond will speak louder than grand declarations. Show them that you're someone they can build a stable and enjoyable future with. Think of scenes that illustrate this genuine, sophisticated connection. Candlelit dinners, deep conversations in a serene setting, moments of complicity that reinforce mutual trust. To understand the essence of Taurus is to appreciate beauty in solidity, strength in calmness, and love in loyalty. Each secret revealed adds a layer to the rich personality of this earth sign. If you want to further explore your own connection to Taurus energy, or understand how these traits manifest in your birth chart, consider scheduling a personalized appointment. You can find more information and get in touch through the email or website that appears on the screen. I am immensely grateful for having accompanied us on this journey through the Taurus personality. Finally, let's reinforce the positive energy. Repeat with us, or think with intention. I connect with the strength and beauty of Taurus. Comment on this mantra to attract these qualities into your life. The Secrets of the Signs series continues, and we will soon unravel the mysteries of other signs. Subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned and see you next time.